Hello, everyone. Thought I'd give a little glimpse into what it's like when I go documenting places. I've been putting out YouTube videos, social media posts, post on my website about all the places I document for years now. But today, when I was out doing it, I thought it might be fun to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes of what happens when I go out and gather the pictures and videos for those posts. Enjoy. I wasn't even planning on documenting today. I was up in Pleasant Grove and I saw this house with the holes in the roof and falling apart. And when I see a place like that, well, first of all, I can tell by looking at a place if it's historic, even if I don't know the history yet. So, obviously, this place was historic. And when I saw the condition it was in, my first thought was it might not be around very long, so I better stop and get pictures of it now before it's too late. Shouldn't wait too many times when I say, yeah, I'll come back soon and get it, and then it's gone when I come back. So I try not to say I'll come back soon anymore. When I get pictures of a place, I usually get the places right next to it, so I grabbed this while I was there. I feel like even if something's not interesting and historic right now, it might be later, or it might at least be worth having a picture of when it's gone someday. So I really try to get pictures of everything. I start with historic or interesting places, but I grab everything around them too. This place was right next door on the other side, and I thought I was just getting a picture of everything like the other place next door. But I found out later that this was actually the old train station, which I have been wanting to come document, so I got pictures of it seemingly just for nothing and ended up not having to come back and get pictures of it later because it was on my to-do list. More of the just grabbing what's nearby for later. More historic homes just a little bit further down the same street. Figured I'd grab them while I was in the neighborhood. Gorgeous places. Like I said, I wasn't even planning on doing this, but once I get started, it's hard to stop. I grabbed this whole little neighborhood here, mostly historic homes, but I'll create a page on my website even for the stores and these little businesses and everything. I really try to document everything. I only share on social media and YouTube the interesting and historic places, but on my website I document every place. And that has proven to be very useful to have even the not so interesting places. Beyond just historic homes, I also get to add to some of my collections like murals. You can see that mural back there. Try and collect all the murals I can. I have a page for that. This old house I've always looked at as I drive by and wanted to stop. They have this plaque up by the door, so getting the history on that is extra easy. More of just the making sure I get a picture of everything while I'm in the neighborhood. The stone on that is a local thing in Pleasant Grove. You'll see a lot of that in this video. They built a lot of buildings and homes out of it. It's very porous and interesting. It's almost like lava rock. I came over here to this monument right here in the neighborhood, right in somebody's driveway, talking about the mill that used to be here. Got some pictures and videos. I'll make a separate YouTube video about this. But this is where the flour mill used to be. There's part of my video. I do a vertical and a horizontal video usually. YouTube kind of does certain things with one or the other. Plus the verticals are good for TikTok and stuff. Here's part of the horizontal in the same place. So usually when I stop somewhere, I'll get at least pictures. If it's interesting enough for videos, then I'll grab 2 different videos. Come back and piece things together and edit things. That's the house that the monument is in the driveway of. And then of course I grabbed pictures of the houses across the street, just because. Continuing on, I came a few blocks away and parked and walked around, got some pictures of businesses, homes, on my way to walk over to this historic building that I've been meaning to document. This one right here. Got a bunch of pictures and videos of it. You'll see those videos come out on the channel soon. A few more pictures, and then the vertical video that was part of the horizontal video that you just saw. By this time I was getting pretty into it. I just get hooked on doing this. This is my real passion in life. I went from not even planning on doing any of this to parking in this neighborhood and just walking all over, going crazy with it. More videos for this old gorgeous home that's a restaurant now. And they have this 2 little parks over here that are just packed full of history. I've documented most of it before, but over the years my styles change and I want to do different things or better things. So even if I've already got something done, I like to come back and do it again. I have these cabins here. Do some documenting of those. This old relic hall. It's nice when they put plaques on things so I don't have to research quite as deep to get my information. It's just readily available there. I also try to get really good pictures of signs and plaques, so when I come home I can definitely read it as I type things up for my website. I've had times when there's a glare on something and I can't quite read it, so I try to be really careful getting good pictures of text of things. Again, just documenting everything I can around here. There's those cabins, that relic hall, that Dados Vita Pioneers marker, another Dados Vita Pioneers marker, a granite stone from the Nabu Temple, a couple Sons of Utah Pioneers markers, an old stable, old sign from the train station, 10 Commandments, a little tiny firehouse. There was just a ton of stuff around here. I just really dove in. Started getting pretty cold, but I didn't want to quit halfway through, so I went as long as I could, and then Ended up getting in the car to just get some pictures of some houses on my to-do list after I got too cold. This is that piece of granite from the Nauvoo Temple. I've always liked the old town hall building here. It's made out of that stone I was talking about. There's actually a plaque near it about the stone. In front of this stable there's 3 historic markers. One about the stone, one about the stable, and one about the Indian skirmish, I believe. Documented this ball of pine needles I thought was weird, so I took a little video of it. But this Sons of Utah Pioneers marker talks about that stone that's used all around these neighborhoods. Soft rock, they call it. And here's the Civil War skirmish at Pleasant Grove. Again, all of these pictures will be put on my website. All of these videos will be put on all kinds of social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever I can. Plus, the pictures will go on Facebook and Instagram too. I'll organize it all nicely and share it everywhere I can. This stable's pretty cool. It talks about how it was moved from a few blocks away when they built apartments where it used to be located. So after I left here, I went and got pictures of those apartments because the video about the stable, I want to show the apartments and show the location where this used to be. So I do a lot of extra steps like that. If I document a thing or a place and it references or talks about another thing or place, I want to make sure I can show that as well. Kind of like that train station where I started the day. I took a picture of that white house, white building, not knowing it was anything special. Later realizing it was the train station. And over here, back in that back corner, you'll see it a little better later, but this old sign from that train station is right here. So then I can make videos and posts that have the sign and the station, because I've been to both locations. So that's important to me to take those extra steps like that. This little tiny white building was the fire station. They just kept their hand-pulled cart with a hose in it. Moving on from the fire station, of course I grabbed the houses across the street. Always do. And they had these 10 Commandments on display. So I'll document that. Behind that, you can see the train station sign that I was talking about. There's the sign up above. Informational sign down below, and the old wooden actual sign from the train station up on top up there. Got some good pictures of the informational sign here so that I can make sure to get all that information on my website. Had some cool old pictures on it too. They had a plaque below this tree talking about how it's a ginkgo, one of the oldest living trees anywhere. So of course that's interesting, and I gotta document that. More houses. Like I said, I got cold, so I decided to. The sun was almost down. I didn't want to just waste the remaining daylight, but I was too cold to keep walking around, so I got in the car and pulled up my to-do list. I don't think I mentioned I have a to-do list map with pins of everywhere I want to go get pictures of things to document. By the way, this is the apartments where that stable used to be. The Thornberry Apartments. So I got some pictures of them. Back to that to-do list map. Here's what that looks like. Just have pins all over and makes it easy to pull up and see what I need to get if I'm in a certain area. So I finished off the day just running around snapping pictures of historic homes that have been on my to-do list map. Again, here's what that looks like. As the sun set, I grabbed probably 10 more homes, and then it was too dark for good pictures, so I called it a day. More soft rock houses. Saw a bunch of those today. Saw some deer in the backyard of this one. Anyway, that's about it. That's what it's like spending an afternoon documenting with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy the finished product too. I'll put some videos together about all these places. Post them on the channel here. Have a great one.
Hi, I'm a princess, and if you like this video, please subscribe. And whew, it's pretty toasty in here. I'm glad I have this beautiful fan and this beautiful crown. Gives me the power to love.